Retard. Retard.
So, welcome back. A quick change here. So, we are now in Newark. I've been here in real life as well many times on the 747. So, there's already MAN, and this is the Newark scenery. So, again, I don't know, I didn't expect too much. I think Geep was here as well. Geep, are you on? Let's see. Or are you already taxing, Geep? Oh, there we go. He's got someone taxing in. Is that you, Geep? Cucumber Bush, long time no see. After you ended your stream, the previous one started in which you had bad Windows 11. And I have to agree if we still agree. Yeah. Yeah, again, don't, you know, I don't see any big advantages at the moment, at least, with Windows 11. So I don't know why, you would be upgrading. Right, look at the distance there. Now comes the clouds. Not bad, the weather, though. So there's downtown Manhattan. So you get an impression of how close or far away Newark actually is. It's not that far away. So I remember flying in and out of Newark. You always had a beautiful view of Manhattan there. So 3 runways. And also very busy. All right, there we go. Yeah, beautiful livery. Like it. JetBlue. We have, now believe it or not, we actually have tower control here. How crazy. Right, so Geep and MAN, I hope you are aware of that. So good clearance coming up. JetBlue. Yeah, HDR now. I do have an HDR 2K monitor. I need to mess about with that again to see if it really makes a big difference. The problem is though, HDR does not work for streaming. Oh, I did not know, MAN. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Oh, MCK, you get used to that really quickly. I mean, you're a very talented person, so you'll be learning these procedures in no time. If I can do it, you can do it. Come on. So, yeah, I thought, really, I thought you were the one next to me there. Hang on, let me see. Ah, okay, so, okay, that's understood. Yeah, no worries. And Ali, how you doing? Oh, come on, they're not beyond you. They're not that bad. Right, scenery, I would say the scenery isn't bad, but, I mean, yeah. It's not bad. I think the interiors are modeled a little bit as well. Yeah, at least partially, so yeah, it's alright. Not too bad. Cool. Okay, well, VFR, I mean, Pilot Edge gives you a great tool. So if you go through a training program on Pilot Edge, it does give you a very good basis to use these procedures. Right, let's do this. Connect.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber
Hey,
experience.
we have a new member,
Can
Yadlop.
new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin? where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Yanlop, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for becoming a member. Yeah, Yanlop, if you can do me a favor, if you manage to connect your Discord account with my YouTube channel here. There was Philip today that asked how you can do this. That would be great. And thank you so much, Yanop, for your support again. Alrighty, so let's quickly have a look here. Init request. Yeah, so the problem is the FCU that I'm using, so the Scalaki, is working very well with the FS Labs. It does work with the flight vector, and it does work with the TOLIS. But just not so reliable sometimes. So yeah, I've kind of stepped back. I've not tried here in Microsoft yet. So I've not tried the fly-by-wire. Even though they are looking into supporting it, so I know that. Hey Sebastian, how you doing? No, so I'm using the Warthog throttle. That reminds me, I didn't have the camera available. Shall we try that? There we go. So I'm using the Warthog Thrustmaster base with a Airbus stick add-on. And I would need to check the website again, what is called that add-on that has the stick. But that's very nice. It's original size. Yeah, good quality. So yeah, that's what I'm using. And for the throttles, I'm using the Warthog Thrustmaster throttles. I just wanted to have a look at the... So I fired my flight plan, so that should be fine. Let's have a look here. So trip fuel is 1,835, 47 minutes flight time, so not too long. No, it's okay, MCK. The other way around was of course a bit nicer, but it's not too bad that way around. It's just the Thrustmaster Airbus throttles. They are just, I don't know, they're just from the size. I mean, I still have a copy here at home. I could try to use it, but yeah, I just have also, for me, I need some buttons for the views that I have set. So if I use the Thrustmaster Airbus throttle, I don't have the amount of viewpoints, I think, that I can use. Now, we did file a bit higher. I think we filed, was it 240 or something? I think it was 240 that we filed. Pittsburgh is the Austin airport. And let's go through the weights quickly. So let's go weight and balance. Request send. Who needs throttles? Yeah, exactly. So the block fuel is going to be 5.7. Yeah, 5.7 is fine. Right, let's start that. I love that. So let's do fuel. Oh, hang on. Where is it? Fuel 5.7. Completed. Yeah, MCK, we said it before. It would be cool if that worked in real life as well. Let's start boarding. Boarding completed.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck,
on
behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Yes, sir. Love it. Very nice announcement. Nice and snappy. Yeah, I know. If you made that kind of announcement in German language, it just would not suit it really well, I think. I love how they sometimes say, hey folks. If you say hey folks in Germany, I think people will complain. People will come up to you and say, excuse me, I'm not your folk. Hey folks, welcome aboard. Exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. Hey Leute. Moin Leute. Imagine doing that. They would think you've, I don't know, you're drunk or something. Yeah, yo Leute. Hier spricht euer Captain. No, you just can't do that. Sorry. No, it just doesn't work. Yeah, I think some people get off board. Yeah, I think some people deboard immediately. Oh dear. I mean, I can try. Probably get complaints though. Yo Leute, macht euch locker. Hier spricht der Kapitän. No, that does not work. No. Yeah. No, you can't. No. No, it's okay. Oh dear. Right, let's try to get into the groove here. So we've got the fuel figured out. We've got the APU now running. Let's get the APU bleed in here. That can go off. So fuel 5.7, good. Right, let me get the ATIS. Now we don't have PDC here. Do we have PDC? No, I don't think so. We're at tower 18.3. AOC menu. Let's get the weather request. Let's go send that off. Although, do we have ATIS? ATIS? Let's try that. Departure. Yeah, it doesn't have that little prompt there, but you can send it. That does send it off. Francoforte, yeah, I know, right? It's so funny that even though MCK is British, he knows already so many slang words in German. It's hilarious. Right, so let's go. Init A page is filled out. Init B page. Let's have a look. So that's the trim setting. 53.6, 23.9, and 5.7 on the fuel. Right, so anything that we filed, we have to go to Biggie. I have not filed a departure route. Tis. Ooh, let's have a look. So things have become a lot more serious right now because Biggie. Okay, we can use this one then. So that's got Biggie in it. That's the called the port 4. So the port 4 will work. Newark 4 departure. Yeah, also radar vectors. Liberty 5 would also work with the radar vectors. So we'll see what the clearance gives us. So we are JetBlue 71 Bravo. Climb, squawk, frequency, and departure clearance. 18.3. Let's see what we get. Weather radar is in is being worked on. Okay, nice. So let's have a look. ATIS. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's print that out. 3044. That's already set. Fantastic. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you do get used to them. It just takes a bit of time. But yeah, so we have info Oscar. 18.3. That's right. Newark Tower, good afternoon. JetBlue 71 Bravo, information Oscar, requesting clearance, please.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, Newark Tower, good afternoon. You are clear to the Reagan Airport, Newark for departure. Radar vector is Biggie, Q75, Medina, then S filed. Maintain 2,500, expect flight level 220, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.55, squawk 2363.
Wow, a lot of numbers. JetBlue 7 Bravo is cleared to Washington Reagan via the Newark 4 departure, via Biggie, and then Medina, I think it said, actually a Q75 to Medina, and climbing 2,500, expecting 220 after 10, frequency 128.55, and the squawk 2363.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, read back correct, push and start at your discretion, runway 22 right at Whiskey, call for taxi.
Push start on discretion, 22 right at Whiskey, and call you ready for departure. JetBlue 71 Bravo, thank you. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, those are a lot of numbers there. Lining.
JetBlue 69er 5x5.
Departing 2 to right, intersection Whiskey. Newark 4 departure. Let's try that. Newark 4. Insert Biggie. Then let's have a look. Right, then there's something different there. Let me just check. Biggie. Low en route.
Newark Tower, good afternoon. United 522, IFR clearance to Washington Reagan. We have information, Oscar.
That's interesting.
United 522, Newark Tower, good afternoon. Thanks for Oscar. You're
low.
clear to the Reagan Airport via the port 4 departure. Biggie transition, Q75, Medina, then as filed. Maintain 2,500, expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.55, squawk 2331.
Okay, clear to Reagan via the port 4 departure, Biggie transition, Quebec 75 to Medina.
So you can't clear those.
Climb maintain 2,500.
Right, let me just...
departures with you, and squawk 2331, United 522.
Do you fly planes with ES1 systems?
United 522, the departure is with 1.
Yes, we do. I still do, yeah.
Departure controller. And also, I'm an idiot. Your final altitude is going to be flight level 220 instead of 320.
Okay, departure 12855 and final altitude 22,000.
Right. So, just to do that again.
United 522, thanks. Read back correct.
So it is actually a upper level.
At Whiskey, call me for taxi.
Airway, there we go. And so that's going to be Q75 to Mike X-ray.
Newark Tower, Colgan 9001, visual 22 left.
Colgan 9001, Newark Tower, good afternoon. Wind 150 at 8, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 22
so,
left, 9001.
There we go. Now we got the Q75 in there. And for the arrival, we've got the wind.
JetBlue 69er, Newark Tower,
it's
good
80 at 11. That does allow us to fly the river visual.
For departure, radar vector is Gale, then as filed.
I'm just wondering.
Maintain 2,500, expect flight level 380, 10 minutes after
so Clipper
departure.
2.
Departure frequency is 128.55, squawk 2313.
Is the arrival. The only issue I see is, well, I mean, if we take the Clipper to arrival, and then at some point we go then visual and do the river visual 19. Yeah, that looks all right. So we'll do that.
JetBlue 69, readback correct. Push and start at your discretion. 22 ready.
Yeah,
whiskey,
18,000
calling for
transition
taxi.
correct. So I'm just going to take an RNAV approach. I'll take RNAV 19, knowing that we are going to get a transition 30. Try that via there. Right, so there we go. So we got Nuggy, Troy's, Bailey, Trish,
Last aircraft calling. What's your call
Clipper,
sign again?
Bravo Alpha Lima, Baltimore. Then we go Eyes,
Can you add kit? I just want to make sure I got that right. Add
Edward
kit.
Max, and Nays. Okay, so we got all that inserted, and then hopefully we'll get visual contact.
Ask it. Okay, I got you. No, ask it. Gotcha. Is
And
that
then we're
correct?
going to fly. So this is the arrival route. That's
Okay.
the plan.
All right, gotcha. Thanks. Ask it 6640
And then
Newark
as
Tower.
we're on downwind,
Good afternoon. You're clear
get
to the
visual-
Reagan Airport via the Newark 4 departure. Radar vector is
and I'm
Biggie.
hoping
Q75 Medina.
for this,
then as
this
filed.
approach via
Maintain
Fergie.
2,500. Expect flight
Oh,
level
it did give us
220
via
minutes
Fergie,
after
didn't it?
Departure.
Hang on.
Departure frequency is 128.55.
There it is.
Squawk 2.
So that's actually quite neat. So approach via Fergie. Let's try that.
6640 is clear to the Reagan Airport by the New York 4 departure, radar back to Biggie.
Manual Fergie. Okay, nice. Yeah, cool.
Climb 2,500.
That's what we're going to do. So now we at least have that waypoint there. And then we hopefully will be able to fly the approach.
Ask deck 6640, readback correct. Push and start at your discretion. Runway 22 right at whiskey. Call for taxi.
Push and start on discretion, we call you after 6640.
He told him report for taxi, alright. Good. I think that's pretty clear.
Newark Tower, good afternoon. United 4930.
Wow, busy.
Information Oscar, IFR
Busy,
to
busy.
Reagan.
United 49.
They're all going to Reagan.
Newark Tower, good afternoon.
Are you kidding
You're
me?
clear to
That's
the Reagan
fantastic.
Airport, Newark 4 departure. Radar vector is Biggie. Q75 Medina. Then as filed. Maintain 2,500. Expect
Wow.
flight level 20010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.55.
2,500.
Squawk 2337.
Oops. Let's go. 2,500.
To the Reagan Airport via the port.
Squawk
departure.
2,
Radar vector
3,
275.
6,
Medina, up to
3.
2,500.
Depart frequency
Departure
12855.
155, squawk 2337.
United 4932. Departure frequency 128.55.
2855.
12855.
United 4932, readback correct. Push and start at your discretion. Runway 22 right at whiskey. Call for taxi.
Right, there we go. Cool. That's all done. Let's do this.
Tower Colgan 9001 vacated 22 left at golf.
So init A page, init B
Colgan
page filled out,
9001,
flight
welcome to
plan
Newark.
page
Big
filled
gate
out.
today?
The departure route.
Wherever you want to send us.
All right, Colgan 9001, cross runway 22 right
So
at
departure
Golf and taxi
procedure
to wherever you would like via Alpha, left or
is
right.
as
Have a great day.
follows. It
I will
says,
cross, right at golf, and we'll taxi to wherever we want via Alpha 9001.
initially,
Yeah, just so you know, excuse
heading
me.
219,
Terminal Charlie is kind of
518
populated right now,
feet,
so
then
there's nothing over to the
left
left of that
Bagger,
for you.
initial climb
I'm
2,500.
going to go straight ahead to the Bravo.
So do not exceed 220 knots until crossing Bagger. Then at Bagger on depicted route to port, and then on assigned transition or on vectors. Now I did say vectors to Biggie, but we're initially going to go to port. All right, and then we expect radar vectors. Cool. All right. So Biggie. Well, it's got copes in there, so manual. Although, direct Bagger. Routing at Bagger on the port. On the same position. Right, I'm going to put port in there as well. Heading manual. Check your squawk. Hang on. Oh yeah, it reset. 2363. Why did it reset? Thank you. All right. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure. So I'm just looking at the text again. So initially via Baga, and then it says at Baga on depicted route to port. And then either on assigned transition or on vectors to assigned departure fix. Maintain 2,500, expect clearance to file at altitude level 10 minutes after departure. So port will definitely be on the routing initially, and then we expect radar vectors. Cool. Okay.
Attention all aircraft on Newark Tower. Newark Tower is closing for the current time. Please contact Newark Departure on 128.55 for taxi and takeoff services. And have yourselves a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
I love it. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Really cool. I love how they communicate. Is that fuel truck there? No, it's not. Right, so I need to push back myself. However, we need to make sure that we don't block any other aircraft. And I can just see somebody in the yard. So since I don't want to block him, let's see how we do this. Yeah, normally I would push back this way and get myself heading this way. So I'm going to wait until he's out of the yard. Yeah, I agree. They are very cool. Love it. So 12855 for taxi. That's all done. Do that. Right. Good. Ratnav, well, I didn't... We can take Sierra Bravo Juliet as a helper later on for the routing. Otherwise, I don't see much we can set here.
Right on Bravo.
So I'm going to take another flap 2 takeoff, trim at, again, up. Let's put this up 0.3. I'll do flex 55 again. Yeah, it's such a powerful engine. Transition 18,000 is correct. We'll do NAB DP2, engine out 1600.
Newark approach, JetBlue 155.
Good. Secondary we don't have.
JetBlue 155 Newark approach. Good afternoon.
So leave as is. Before start checklist, cockpit completed, signs are on and auto. We've got the fuel quantity 5,700 kilograms. Altimeters 3044, 20 feet set. Below the line, windows, doors closed. 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 Beacon is on. Thrust levers idle. Park brake is on. Right. So let's have a look. Is he out? He is indeed.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Oh, you mean the that little, yeah, you can print out weather, for example, or any telex that you get. So what we got here was the ATIS information, because we are on VATSIM. So received messages, ATIS, and if you want, you can press the print key, so it prints out in paper, and you click on the paper, and it puts it there. And you can get rid of it by clicking the lower part with the right mouse button, and that way it disappears again. So print.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed, and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
No, Swiss Tony, it's not rude. It has to do with security. I have to do it. It's not rude. That's procedure.
Standing by for pushback.
Good. So let's do the following. Brakes released.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Tony, no. No, of course not. Right, so engine start. Fuel pumps are on. We've got the APU bleed on, good pressure. Starting engine 2. Let's put that on.
JetBlue 494, short altitude to right at Whiskey. JetBlue 494, fly to Newark for departure, wind 1508, 102 right at Whiskey, clear for takeoff. Fly to New York for departure, to right at Whiskey, clear for takeoff, JetBlue 494. JetBlue 69 behind the departing JetBlue A320, 102 right at
That is pretty impressive. That engine sound. I love the clouds.
Out of 50, near approach.
Yeah, it's payware, Felix, yeah. The name, I would have to look up the name again. I don't know these names all by heart. It's about 20 euros. Right, engine 1 start.
JetBlue 155, stay indicated.
11,000 feet, JetBlue 155.
No, if I can avoid it, I won't do a...
Oh, airspeed, 280 knots, JetBlue 155.
Okay, pushback completed.
JetBlue
Please
155
set your parking
below
brake.
10,000. Keep
Brake
it
set.
250, please. 250.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Okay, below 10,000, 250, JetBlue 155.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side.
No, Danny,
Have
it's
a good
not. No,
flight.
no. It's not.
Holding position,
He
waiting for
didn't
the
make any
visual.
for
Thank you and
Microsoft.
goodbye.
Alright, good disconnect. The weird thing is, I'm going to try that again. Did I enter the departure route? Probably not. I thought I did. Yeah, I did. It doesn't put the
12, descending 4,000 feet via 40 for arrival to 7,000 for crank.
Noted 50 near
just check
approach,
something here.
squawk 1065 and ident. JetBlue 494, ready to contact the altitude limit. We're approaching 2,300 now, JetBlue 494. JetBlue 494, right turn heading 290, climb and maintain 1010,000.
Okay,
Right
that's
turn
right. I had the wrong chart open.
JetBlue 494.
So 2,500. It did say Newark 4 departure. So it says climb heading 190, 2.3 from the ILS. India Lima Sierra Quebec. God, I'm not concentrating today. India Lima, or it's 2.8. India Juliet November. Alright, so I've set it in manually so it doesn't disappear for us. I'm going to put the LS key on here, so that's a DME distance. So it says heading 190, 2.8 India Juliet November,
is ready for
and then climbing right heading 220, maintain 2,500.
Let's see, right on Bravo, Kilo, Romeo, Whiskey.
Okay, 22 right.
Radar vectors
and,
to Biggie.
We will taxi right on Bravo, Kilo, Romeo Whiskey, United 522.
JetBlue 69, fly the Newark for departure, 11508 on 2 Toronto Whiskey.
There we go.
Takeoff.
Good. So let's set the flaps. Do the after start flows. Flaps 2.
1065.
On already. That's fine. That's fine. Trim up. Flight controls. So full up, full down, neutral.
Squawk 1065.
Full
And have
left,
traffic in front of me, bro.
full
Welcome back.
right, neutral, rudder, full left,
contact,
full
10 miles east
right,
of Huguenot.
neutral. After that checklist, anti-ice is off, not required. And the ECAM status is checked, trim 25% set to 0 after such check is complete.
United 4932 ready for taxi.
So 22 right, we expect a taxi via
2 at Whiskey taxi via Kilo Romeo Whiskey.
22 right at Whiskey via Kilo Romeo Whiskey 4932.
JetBlue 494 direct Biggie, climb and maintain 16,000.
Direct Biggie up to 16,000 now, JetBlue 494.
And departure. Good afternoon, JetBlue 71 Bravo requesting taxi.
170 on descent maintain 7,000, JetBlue 155.
Yeah, to 50 descent and maintain 8,000.
He's busy.
Done.
Locked mic.
United 50 descent and maintain 8,000.
Done 8,000, United 50.
JetBlue 69 ready to contact, stay on 2 Louis.
JetBlue 69er, passing 3,000.
JetBlue 69 heading 280, climb and maintain 10, 10,000.
280, 10,000, JetBlue 69.
United 265 is 7,000 feet, ascent Airbus Alpha 20 November.
JetBlue 69, you're flying the departure wrong. Just next time, just please take a look at the chart. It's fine for now, just next time, please.
He's on that thing, JetBlue 69.
Departure. Good afternoon, JetBlue 71 Bravo with Oscar requesting taxi, please.
JetBlue 71 Bravo on a 2 at Whiskey taxi via left on Bravo, Romeo, Whiskey.
Left Bravo, Romeo, Whiskey for the Whiskey 2 to right, JetBlue 71 Bravo.
JetBlue 494 Live
So,
Marine to the west, New York Center is offline, radar service terminated, change to advisory frequency as approved. Good afternoon.
Bravo.
You're calm now, JetBlue 494, we'll see you next time, thank you.
That's Whiskey.
Data 265 New York approach, hello information, Oscar is current, expect the ILS 122 left approach.
Out, Bravo. Second one then, alright. We'll find it.
Runway 22 left.
Right, clear left side, clear right side.
United 50, reduce speed at 210, turn left heading 150, descend and maintain 7,000.
Brake check. Working.
Someone's keying the mic.
JetBlue 69, JetBlue 69, proceed direct Gale, climb and maintain 16,000.
I maintain 16,000 direct Gale, JetBlue 69.
United 50 confirmed 150, descend 7,000 and confirm the speed.
Right, here comes Bravo.
Heading 1,
turn left.
150, descend and maintain 7,000.
150, descend 7,000, United 50.
So Bravo would take us further left, but he said Bravo Romeo. So now we're going to continue parallel on the Romeo until we hit Whiskey and then to the right. Cabin.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Before takeoff checklist, flight controls checked, flaps config 2. Speeds flex 121, 122, 122,
JetBlue 155, fly heading 140, speed 230.
Flex 55, ECAMIMO takeoff no blue down to the line.
140 and speed 230 or greater, JetBlue 155.
Man, it is
155 heading 150.
It is busy.
150, JetBlue 25.
JetBlue 69, you're turning away from Gale.
Oh, sorry, the autopilot seems to be being a little funky. We'll fix that right now. JetBlue 69.
So here's Kilo, Lima.
Oh, actually, no, you're not. JetBlue 69, you're good. Derek Gale, and hold on.
Roger, JetBlue 69.
Do some airlines use wing lights? I wouldn't know why you would use.
JetBlue 69, climb and maintain.
Why you would use
JetBlue 155, descend and maintain 5,000.
the wing lights? They don't really help
Descend and maintain
you.
5,000, JetBlue 155.
United 50, descend and maintain 6,000.
Down to 6,000, United 50.
So here's
United
Mike.
265, flighting 020.
So we've got Mike,
maintain
Yankee, Whiskey.
7,000.
Fly heading 020, maintain 7,000, United 265.
JetBlue 718, fly the Newark for departure 11508, runway 22 right at Whiskey, clear for takeoff.
JetBlue 71 Bravo via Whiskey, clear takeoff 22 right, and we'll fly the Newark 4 departure.
JetBlue 69, leaving airspace to the north, unfortunately.
Right, that
Newark Center is
came
offline.
really quickly. I didn't
Radar
expect that. I was
terminated.
just looking for the
Advisory frequency is
sign
approved.
there.
Good
Below the line, take off runway 22 right, Whiskey.
Yep.
And the packs are on engines. Now the problem is the Neo
JetBlue
is
155, speed 210 or
so
greater,
powerful.
maintain 4,000.
210 or greater and descend maintain
So the
4,000,
climb is
JetBlue
going to happen
155.
so quick.
United 50, radar contact is lost.
So 190 until
2.8.
2.8. And then we turn right again.
United 5, 22 behind the departing JetBlue
220.
A320 Neo, runway 22 right at Whiskey, line up away.
Line up and wait, runway 22 right at Whiskey, United 522.
Off we go. Take off. Setting way too high again. Manflex 55, SAS runway.
And attention, all aircraft this frequency, New York approach is closing in about 10 minutes.
Okay, that's not good, it's fine. 100 knots checked. V1, rotate. Positive climb.
United 50, how do you read?
Gear up.
United 50, I got you now. Radar contact again, and you're 555.
So, 190 heading, autopilot 1 engaged.
Roger, that is 76,000, United 50.
Roger, United 50, descend and maintain 5,000 now.
Down to 5,000, now United 50, that is.
JetBlue 155, speed is your discretion, descend and maintain
Thrust climb,
3,000.
open climb. I'm going to go
Speed, my
vertical speed,
discretion, descend
1,000 feet to go.
maintain 3,000, JetBlue 155.
Flaps 1, speed is checked, flaps 1. Right, 2.8, and then we turn right again, 220 heading. Outstar, 2,500. It's so quick. I'd love to show you some outside views. Let me just go on a heading here, 220, flap 0, speed is checked, flaps 0.
JetBlue 155, 3 miles from Teterboro, turn right, heading 190. Descend and maintain 3,000 until
I did read the below checklist.
Runway 22 left approach.
Cleared for ILS, runway 22 left, turn 170 and stay at 3,000, JetBlue 165.
Turn right, heading 190.
190, JetBlue 165.
Here's a biggie.
United 265, you're deviating off the 020 heading. Is everything okay?
United 265, going back to 020 heading.
Roger, United 265, turn left, heading 360 now. United 265, turn left, heading 360. JetBlue 71 Bravo, radar contact, say altitude leaving.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, currently maintaining 2,500.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, turn right, heading 300, climb and maintain 10,000.
Right, heading 300, climb maintain 10,000, JetBlue 71 Bravo.
United 522, fly the Newark for departure.
So thrust climb,
1508,
open climb because we are in heading mode. We can't do.
Sorry, you said line up and wait for United 522.
Managed climb.
No, I'm sorry, long day. United 522, fly Newark for departure. Runway 23 right at Whiskey Cliff Takeoff.
Okay, fly the New York for departure. Cleared to takeoff, runway 22 right at Whiskey United 522.
Triple 155, one departure prior to your arrival is rolling down with the 150 at 8, runway 22 left.
22 left, clear land, W15.
That is 265, going to maintain 6,000. That is 50, is going to maintain 3,000.
Down at 3,000, United 50.
United 4932 and 23 right at Whiskey, line up away.
This climb performance is crazy.
Right, Whiskey, line up to wait for it on 3 feet.
Absolutely crazy. So we got one inbound and a descend here, but that's like 10 miles away, and we're climbing so fast. Absolutely no issue whatsoever. 4,500 feet per minute. The thing is, it's not even exaggerated, Eagle Motion. The Neos below 10,000 feet, speed to 50 knots, if they're not completely, booked out, if you're not heavy, these climb rates are exactly what you would get. It is scary.
Or V-Star's crashing back.
That's true, MCK, as we saw yesterday.
Yeah, the 50 might be a little bit high here, about 3 miles from 0, turn right heading 190, maintain, descend and maintain 3,000, establish good islands,
10,000.
Go to the left runway 22 left for United 50.
Rocket Neo, affirm.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, pursue direct Biggie, climb and maintain 16,000.
On course to Biggie and climb, maintain 16,000, JetBlue 71 Bravo. Put that to there, 16,000. Again, we got thrust climb, open climb, out blue, 16,000, direct Biggie.
Sun maintain 5,000.
Insert NAF. 10,000 feet. Lights off. Beautiful. Love it.
United 522 at a contact, say altitude limit.
Maintain 2,500, United 522.
522, roger, turn right heading 290, climb and maintain 10,000.
Right heading 290, climb maintain 10,000, United 522.
United 50, descend and maintain 2,500.
Oliver, you asked Airbus cockpit. Do you know why Airbus is installing the super glass cockpits in the A350, 380 and not in the A330 Neos? No, I don't know.
United 4932, fly the
that I don't actually know.
1508, runway 22 out of Whiskey, quick takeoff.
So 2,000 feet to go, vertical speed. We've got 7 degrees, clouds, engine anti-ice on.
United 50, got your transmission descending to 2,500.
Thanks, 950 wind 150.
Dislike my videos here in the Neo, so the fly-by-wire mod, I take values out of experience. I don't have a calculator for the Neo here. The other add-ons I have, they have...
71 Bravo, leaving my airspace to the west. Unfortunately, New York Center is offline. Radar service was terminated. Frequency change to advise you is approved. See ya.
Yeah, frequency change approved. Thanks much for service. JetBlue 71 Bravo. See ya.
United 265, turn right heading 070.
Okay, so we're going to continue climb. Is there biggie any restrictions? Nope. So let's climb 240. Actually, let's do thrust climb, altitude 24,000. Transition is in 18,000. Wow, they don't give up, do they? Thank you much, MCK. That looks really nice. More request a visual for runway. Yes, of course. Yeah, that's what we're planning. That's the whole reason why we're flying to the river visual. Actually, that's why we're flying to Washington, to fly that river visual. Yeah, exactly that. Right, got standard cross-checked. They have Philly departure, Philly approach, and they've got... oh, actually, they have tower. DCA tower. So... they have ATIS. They have the tower online. I'm not sure if they are going to be responsible for the approach there. Let me have a look. That's in... map. Let's just check, just to make sure. No, it's just tower. They don't have approach. So, as far as I can tell right now, we'll fly the arrival, because that's the one we filed. Clipper 2 arrival, so that's what they're expecting us to fly. So we're going to fly the arrival. Stick to those, that's non-turbojets, and that's the turbojets, so Trish 12,000. So we're going to fly according to these restrictions, but we're going to fly our arrival route to Nays, and then from Nays, I would expect visual contact, because the weather is nice today, and so from Nays, I would then proceed direct to Fergie. So somewhere on that downwind, so from Megs to Nays, I'm going to go to Fergie. And then from Fergie, we're going to do the visual approach and just surprise the tower. Or maybe we'll let the tower know beforehand that we're flying the visual, river visual approach. Alt start, yeah. That call came a bit late. Alt start. There you go, 240. How many miles do we have? 150 miles. Nah, that's fine. We'll stay here. Right, anti-ice can go off. Seatbelts off. Cucumber bush, you asked. Hang on, let me see. I am on departure in a fly transition out example. Transition level is 6,000 feet and I fly 6,000. Is that thing? No, so I mean level is always flight level. Right, so if it says in the title or in the ATIS transition level 70, your lowest level in standard is 70, and any altitude lower than the transition level will be QNH.
I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating.
Your test engineer on A320 Neo. You know what? I personally cannot imagine a fully rated 390 Neo, so you know, no D rate on such an engine. That must be brutal. Yeah, Cucumbush, all good, yeah, fantastic. pretty nice. Right, let's get the ATIS. Already entered destination data. Atsu. We're not messing about today, are we? Fast, fast, fast. Arrival, send. It doesn't have VNAV yet, so let me just enter the restriction here. Trish 12,000, so we have to lose 12,000 feet. That's about 40 miles. So 40 miles before Trish, that's where I'm gonna start my descent. Yeah, 12,000 at Trish. And then Baltimore, 10,250. 250 is in, but we need a 10,000 restriction in here. Right. So now that shows up at least on the nav display, which is good. Company message. Let's have a look for the weather. MCU, Atsu, AOC menu, received messages, ATIS, print. Let's get rid of that first of all. And then we'll go and grab the ATIS here. Let's go forward a bit. So here is Reagan, info Yankee. We've got 180 at 9. That helps for the visual approach. Landing 19. Ah, look at that. Expect the river visual anyways. How cool is that? They're like, well, if you're flying to DCA, you might as well fly the river visual, right? 15 degrees. And we've got 3033. Now, minimum, we don't have a minimum. We just have weather minimums. So Barrow, we're going to leave that as is. We've got 10 miles, broken 18,000, broken 25,000. So easy. Easy, easy, easy. And we're on live weather, correct. Meta, do we get any info? No info yet, alright. Do you think the new A320 Neo is actually the A220 from many airlines? I don't know, Bone King. I've not found or not seen any comments on that yet. So, but again, you know, since the Neo engines are so powerful, I just don't know. They must be D-rated for sure. An alpha mode, no, there is something called alpha lock, for example, or alpha protection. So max angle of attack, angle of attack protection. So alpha prot would be one of those. But alpha mode, you have the toga lock. And that conjunction. Right, Trish, oh, 40 miles, down we go. 12,000. Got thrust idle, open descent, out blue, 120. 40 miles. Well, Sapphire, I don't know, it's not minimum really. Because you would not be cleared the visual approach if you don't have, you know, the river inside. I don't think you need to see the runway, but the river at least.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination.
The way it's going to be done, hopefully I'll find everything. It's a bit quicker. 3,000 at Fergie, but we're going to be flaps 2, speed 170. It says 6 DMEs from the Washington VUR recommended 1800 at that bridge. And then around about 4 DMEs, 1500, which would really be a bit high. And then 3 miles at 900. So it's recommended. I'm going to be a bit lower here. So I'm going to try to stay on kind of a 3-degree profile. So I'll be more in the region of 1200 here. 1200, then that bridge 900, and then continue visually. Hopefully we'll have the Parpies in sight by that time. Yeah, but we follow that river, look for these cues, look for the DME distance, and then we just align ourselves with 19. And there's no missed approach procedure, so we contact tower, get instructions for the missed approach. And landing distance available is 2,185 meters. I'm going to get auto brake medium, so maybe we're able to go right off Foxtrot there. That's the plan. So auto brake medium it is. And for the RatNav, we're going to put obviously DCA in there. So DCA it is. Nice. Looking forward to it. Almost at transition altitude. We have about 25 miles to Trish. 6,000 feet to go. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to message the controller. Here comes transition 3033, I think it was. Let's have a look. Yeah. So, Clipper 2. Yeah, I just, you know, write the controller to see when he expects me to call him. "10 miles final." Roger. 10 miles final, we shall call him. Fantastic. I'll tell you what we'll do. We can use the fix info. So when we put DCA, and the VUR is pretty much at the threshold of that runway 19, which is nice. So DCA 11.0, and then put a 10-mile radius around that. That gives me a reminder that we will have to contact the tower at that point. The tower frequency is 19.1, so let's pre-select that. 19.1. No, it's used in Europe as well. So they have heavy and super as well in Europe. I think in Europe, the difference is in Europe, you only call in with that initially. While in the US, you always, until you are, is it with approach sector or something? But anything higher than approach, I think you always quote. Or no, sorry, the other way around. If you are with approach and tower, etc., you would say you would always report heavy. When you're en route, you only do that in the US on the initial call. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, please. What to use RTO? Really rarely. So required time at. So really that's only a help if you get a instruction by ATC to be at a certain point at a certain time. Oh, look at that. There we go. Trish, 12,000. Perfect. And there was a time at MCK that you might find interesting. There was a trial phase in Frankfurt many years ago, 15 years ago or something, and while I was still on long range, where they tried to have the long range aircraft reach a certain point in the Frankfurt airspace at a certain time. And there you can put the RTA in there, and then you have a cruising Mach number, not according to the cost index, but to the RTA. Yeah, I mean, you can use that as well as a slot time. So when your slot time begins, you get a message that way as well. But I've seen co-pilots, well, it happens rarely, but I remember some FOs put that in. And then you get ETA or something, ETA's takeoff time or something. I don't know. You get a message in the scratch pad. But I've never used that. Yeah, so that you reach that certain point in a certain window. So it's, if you like MCK, that was like a slot time, but not for departure. It was a slot time for the, let's say, the initial approach fix or something. So a certain point where they required you to be at that waypoint. So kind of a time window, and then you would enter that into the MCDU, and that way you had, you know, a cruising speed given to you by the FMS. The problem was, though, MCK, quite often, depending on how tight that window was, sometimes it will command the speed, especially in 747, that was so slow that it actually became very uneconomical for the aircraft, because the autothrust was modulating so often, because the pitch was a bit higher and we're so slow, and so when the engines are modulating up and down very a lot more, that makes it less efficient. Yeah, they dropped that really quickly. It was like half a year of trial, and they found out it just would not work properly, so they dropped it. Ah, beautiful! Look at that. Nice. I find it fascinating how when you fly now in the US in Microsoft Flight Sim, it's just so much more detailed. So the satellite data is just so much better. What's this bridge called? All of you geographically talented people out there. What's this bridge called? No, the thing is this. So in the 747, I'm pretty sure we didn't have a UTC constraint you can put in there. So in the 747, it does say the same thing, RTA. I think that's why they used it. Voyager. GG. I was expecting that kind of answer from somebody. It's a bridge. Yes, I know, but what's it called? The name of the bridge. Right, coming up 10,000 feet, speed to 50, and then we're going to start the Clipper arrival. Actually, our only Clipper arrival, so we're now approaching Baltimore. We'll go to eyes, and so how many track miles do we have? We're about 30 miles, 35 miles, and the next descent then is 4,000 is the next level we can go down to. So 4,000 beyond Baltimore. 2,100 is the sector. So I'm going to dial in 4,000 and then just go down accordingly. All right, I'm not going to ask anymore. If I get these kinds of answers, I'm not going to ask anymore. Blimey. Right, weather to the north. Here's everything's fine. Right, let's pre-select Francis Scott Keybridge, Michael Flores. Thank you so much. It's the Francis Scott Keybridge. It's impressive. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lol, MCK. A for effort. That's the guy that wrote the hymn. Boom. All right. Okay, cool. Right, vertical speed. Alt blue 4,000.
Good night, black box.
That looks so realistic. Blimey. Scary. Hey Gregor, mach's gut. Vielen Dank. Stay safe. Good night to you. Have a great weekend. Next stream is on Monday, by the way, in case you are interested to know. Monday, 1800 UTC. Right, I can see a river already. And hey, I'm interested to learn these things. You know, broaden the horizon. So 15 miles, 5,000 feet. That's fine. That's all good. TCAS goes below. That way we're going to see other traffic, hopefully. Now, I know that... Oh, there's one. I was just saying that we had, what, at least 2 or 3 more aircraft going to Reagan. So we have info Yankee. Yeah, all good. No, that's JetBlue procedures, MCK. Didn't you know that? JetBlue, trust me, I'm a pilot. It's JetBlue approach procedures. There's 2 aircraft behind me. Thank you. Yeah, right. Oh, 35 miles to go. Oh, lovely. I can see the river already there. Look at that. Incredible. Airport is pretty much straight ahead, 12 o'clock. Can we see it? Nah, that's a bit too far out. Okie dokie, 1,000 feet per minute. So we'll stay 4,000 until we inbound to Fergie. And we'll start slowing down. Oh, nice. DK. Ah, lovely. I always said if there is a language I really would love to try and learn, it would be Italian. Is that Washington Dulles or? Not sure. There's a big airport there. You're never too old for that. I don't know. No, I would not say old. It's small time. Oh, look at that downtown. Hey, look at that. There we go. And there's the airport. I guess that's 19 there. So we have the airport in sight. Fantastic, Utstar. I would imagine that looks pretty much... Yeah, that's actually the Arnhem approach. The Arnhem approach actually is that river visual. So Seetok... Yeah, at least until Seetok. But we're going to fly it visually. I'm not going to go and fly this with Arnhem. No, we'll do it completely visual. Right, we got DCA indicating, which is good. We've got a pre-dial 3,000 feet. There's Fergie. So we're just going to go outbound a bit more, then turn towards Fergie. It's a shame, again, I just find it really sad that it actually stutters on stream, while here in the sim it's really smooth. But that's just the way it is with streaming. So if you want to have try it out yourself, you're very likely going to have a nice smooth experience, which is great. I've not flown it for a while, no, Vikistos. So you've flown the CJ4? Nice. Yeah, so they do upgrade, update the Garmin 1000, I think it is. Let's go direct Fergie, pre-dial that, and let's go speed selected to 20. Insert. So I don't see other aircraft ahead of me. That's good. Someone said there's aircraft behind me. So going down 3,000 feet here. 5 miles to go. We'll activate the approach phase now. Approach phase is active. There it is. Speed goes managed. And then from Fergie onwards, we're going to go completely manual flights. I'll switch off the flight directors, bird will go on. And then we have a DME distance. And I can put the threshold in here if we want to. So KDCA 19. That way we have a DME distance as well, although that pretty much coincides with the VOR. So we can use that one actually. And then we're just going to fly and enjoy the approach. Nice. Ajaxion. Here we go again. Right, flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. Let's go direct Fergie again from here. Alright. Autopilot off. This time it worked nicely. Auto thrust off, nice. Flaps 2, speed check, flaps 2. So flight directors off, bird on. And there's Fergie. just prior to that, and then we're going to follow that visual. And the nice thing is, the way it's actually kind of programmed or shown, you can actually do that nicely in a 3-degree down profile. So let me just contact the tower here. Reagan Tower, good afternoon. JetBlue 71 Bravos on the river visual, runway 19.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, Washington Tower, good afternoon. Wind 180,
2,500.
cleared land.
19 cleared land, JetBlue 71 Bravo, thank you. Right, 160 knots. Right, I'm going to dial in 4,000, but again, we're going to have to get instructions really quickly by the tower. Gears coming down. So we're going to aim for 6 miles. Just a bit low here. So 6 miles, we're going to aim for approximately 1,800 feet. And the touchdown zone elevation is only 13 feet, so pretty much sea level here. Flaps 3, speed is checked. Flaps 3, cabin.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Spoilers. And flaps full, speed is checked. Flaps full. And we just follow that river. Lovely. So distance check 7.5, 2,000. Looking all right. So 6 miles, a bridge. I guess that's the bridge there at 6. And they're recommended 1,800, so we don't have to go down quite as fast. Just a tad low, let's correct that. There's the airport. That's not our runway though. Our runway goes this way. So 6 miles. Yeah. So still a tad low, correcting that. So 5 miles, round about, yeah, 1,500 feet. And then, so the idea is to follow that river to not overfly these houses there. Lord, what is that? GG. Right, 4 miles. I want to be around about 1,200.
Washington Tower, good evening. Is a breaker 5565. Correction 5665.
Blue Streaks 5665.
Landing checklist. Economic landing, no blue. Clear to land.
Good evening, Tower. Blue Streak 5665. We have information Yankee on board, and we are ready to taxi.
1,000.
We received our PDC
1,000
and
checked.
142.
Coming up 3 miles.
5665, Roger. Would you like runway 15 for 19?
Ah, there's lots of bridges here.
19, please.
I think one of those bridges, wasn't that one where the 737 crashed?
5665, they're
Due to icing of their probes?
Here at Juliet, cross runway 15, ultra runway 19.
So 3 miles,
Sierra,
900.
Juliet, we are declared to cross runway 15. Blue Streak 5665.
So now we can see runway 19. Two and a half miles, 750 feet, looks good. Should be alright on the profile. And look at that view. Imagine that doing that in real life. Wow. How cool would that be? 2 miles, 600 feet. Wow, that's really impressive. I think there's, no, you're right, probably maybe, I don't know, is that parpies or dual parpies or whatever?
500.
Oh, bit fast, sorry. But we're doing sightseeing. Nobody saw that.
400.
Apart from MCK.
300.
Is that double parpies, or what kind of parpy lights are those? Are these Varsies?
200.
Yeah, 19 is identified.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Go.
5.
Right, can we get reverses?
Street 56, or correction 5665, Romeo 19, line of way traffic.
Hey Megas, how you doing? Right, manual brakes.
Holly short the wrong one, any confirm or taking the position?
Street 5665, Romeo 19, line of way traffic is...
You'll find a complaint, yeah.
Copy that, line it on with wrong 19, Street 55.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, welcome to Washington. Right window, high-speed exit 22 is available if you need it.
That's fine. We're vacating right here, JetBlue 71 Bravo.
JetBlue 71 Bravo, roger. You can continue taxi straight ahead, Foxtrot right on Kilo, left into the gates of choice. Remain this frequency. Have a good afternoon.
Foxtrot Kilo, then to the gates, so remain on your frequency. Thanks a lot for the service, JetBlue 71 Bravo. Right, Foxtrot Kilo to the right. And
5665, wind 1809, runway 19.
There's someone else landing already.
But I got 199, thank you for the wind, JetBlue Street 5665.
Right, there's Kilo. Just want to see if I can see that landing traffic.
Reagan Tower, good afternoon. United 522 on the river visual for runway 19.
United 522, Washington Tower, good evening.
Really nice to see so many people fly along.
Cleared to land, runway 19.
Oh, there he is,
United
look.
522.
Oh, that's the CJ4 mod. Oh, it's taking off. Disregard. He's departing. Where's the other one arriving? Yeah, we'll have a look in a minute. I tell you what, though, honestly, what really bugs me at the moment is the fact...
5665, stay with me for a few minutes. I have approach and departure coming on in about a minute, so I'll give you frequency in a second.
Flying so many different
we will maintain departure.
With so many different aircraft types, I just don't get a feel. I don't have any muscle memory to any of these add-ons, really. So every time I land, it's like, oh, I wonder what the aircraft feels like this time. And if I'm lucky, then I get it right. Just gonna stop here. Right, so that APU is available. Who started the APU? Did I do that? Can't remember.
Reagan Tower, good afternoon. United 4932 on the river visual for 19.
United 4932, Washington Tower, good evening. Number 2 following a Boeing 738, about 10 miles ahead. Number 2, wind 1809, runway 19, clear land.
So the landing clearance is giving you...
Copied the traffic, runway 19, clear to land to United 4932.
Well, how are we going to get muscle memory, MCK, if you fly like today, like I did? I flew the Phoenix this afternoon. Then I messed about with the Q400 and X-plane a bit. And then here on the stream, I fly the flyby wire mod, which feels different again. I just have no muscle memory regarding these aircraft. Right, let's see. Do we have some more questions? Since you mentioned you're not doing the RNF, do you see The Condor 320 video in Newark approach. What thoughts on do you have? I don't know. I don't remember the video. I know that wasn't that LVO though? Wasn't that Lovis? Can't remember an Arna video. What an incredibly interesting approach, I have to admit. So if you ever have the chance to fly this, do it. River visual isn't that complicated. It's not that difficult. But I think the difficulty comes with the fact that you get distracted looking at the views there. GG, another nice approach here. Beautiful. Hey, Solid Wings, we just landed. I hope you're doing good. So we are at
United 522,
Washington Ronald Reagan.
Right when able, United 522.
The scenery is alright. It's not bad, is it? Interior is modeled. I like it. Oh, nice. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. PBR. Nice. Hey, that's not bad, actually. Yeah, and consider the fact that you can do these lovely approaches here. That's incredible.
United 522, continue taxi right Juliet, Kilo 5, Kilo, cross 22, remain this frequency.
Right on Juliet, Kilo 5, Kilo, United 522.
So these are all the Smithsonian museums for sure. And then let's have a look. Don't know what that's supposed to be. Right. Just want to make sure I don't miss the landing here. There's one more coming in. Where was he? No, I don't have any model watching.
Washington Tower will be closing in 5 minutes.
Ooh. Hurry up!
Washington Tower, good evening. American 447 is with you at gate 43. And we have the clearance for the scram for departure and information Yankee, river pushback.
Yeah, 447 Washington Tower, good afternoon. Push as far as approved, expect runway 19er, face south from Kilo and call for taxi.
I expect 19 and we'll be on Kilo and we'll go back on American 447.
447, I'm sorry, you'll be north on Kilo, not south.
North, not south. Thank you. American 447.
Does anybody see the traffic on final? I don't see it. Right, so White House is this way. So MCK, so this would be there's some museums here, and the White House is this. So in this direction. There you have the White House. And I would imagine the Capitol, isn't that the Capitol down here? How come? Yeah, that would be the Capitol. So how come it's not modeled? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Why is that not modeled? How weird. Oh, there he is. Air's coming in. Lovely. Right, so here it's on final turn. Nice. GG. Photogrammetry turned off. Let me check. Right, I need to go through a checklist anyways. So we got engines off. Let's do the rest of the items. Let's get the jetway. So APU bleed is on, ilic pump is off, engines are off. We have the seatbelts off, parking brake is currently on, and radar predictive indicator is off. Parking check is completed.
Foxtrot Kilo to the round 4902, guys.
So, general options, hang on, where would that be? Photogrammetry turned off. I'm not sure. I think maybe I did, because somebody
Washington Tower, American 447, pushback.
told me data. No, that's on. No, no, that is on.
Kilo Juliet, cross runway 15 and hold short runway 19.
No, that's on.
Kilo Juliet, cross runway 15, or hold short 19, American 447, sorry.
That's pretty impressive. I didn't realize that this airport is that big. I mean, look at all the connections you have here. I mean, because Washington Dulles is also huge, isn't it? I mean, wow. There's a lot of traffic here. Pretty impressive. Lovely. Good. Right. We'll wrap it up here. 11 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday. And Monday... Yeah, I think 1800 UTC is when we are going to be back. Yeah.
Good night, black box.
Lol, these abbreviations. So hang on, I've got some more questions.
Good night, black box.
Can you remind me of the name of the assignment you changed? Yes, of course, Flight Sim Dad. Yes.
Good night, black box.
Good night, everyone. Stay safe. Have a great Sunday. So under joystick, I had so search by input. This one here, it's just autopilot off. So not toggle. That's the mistake I made. I had the button under toggle. So typically, I double click on the autopilot off button, and if it's toggle, it switches the autopilot back on. I don't know why that was modeled that way, but that's just the way it was. Inner circling approach often tells you to fly some miles. How does one which reference point at users, or should it be done calculate time? No, normally.
447 180 runway 19, clear for takeoff.
So normally, you would have your height above the ground or above the threshold, and for each 100 feet height, you fly 3 seconds outbound from the threshold on the downwind. So let's say a normal pattern is 1500 feet height. You fly outbound 45 seconds minus any tailwind component in seconds as well. So let's say you have 10 knots tailwind component on your downwind. Then at 1500 feet height, you fly 35 seconds outbound. Lower landing gear, go base, etc. If there is a distance, then you have to take that distance, obviously, if it really says on the chart. And normally that distance would be referenced somehow. Maybe you have an example which approach that was. But normally you would have a DME distance reference or threshold reference or whatever, if you have a chart that tells you to turn at a certain point. But normally it would be done by 100 feet, 3 seconds outbound. So let's say you're doing a low-level circling, 600 feet height, it's only 18 seconds outbound. And I made a video on this for sure on my channel. There is definitely a video on circling approaches, visual approaches. It's all there. It was 1-6 at Macau. Okay, let me just check. MCK, at your aircraft in real life. No, so single engine taxi without APU. I love those abbreviations. So we are not allowed to do so because your fire indications and fire warnings and the squips, if I'm not completely mistaken, are in parts not working correctly if you have only one engine generator. So apparently that's why they stopped the single engine taxi without APU, because they found out the firefighting could become a bit problematic in the engines or APU. Right, so Macau approach, circle to land. There we go. So there's the... Hang on. Let me get it on the screen here. VMCC. So Macau approach, circle to land. I think that's the chart you were referring to, correct? So let's see. You go there. Okay. Right. That's a bit stupid, to be honest. Yeah. The only thing really you can do is make pilot waypoints. So you can reference this waypoint. From there, you reference this waypoint, and then you go and go outbound. I mean, otherwise, I guess you would just have to guess. But to be honest, that point there, strictly speaking, isn't really a hard-coded waypoint. Normally, it will tell you that you need to remain within a certain distance from the threshold, but the circling is at 870 feet, so that's 850 feet height. So really, I would strictly go threshold, and then do 20, let's say 25, 26 seconds outbound from the threshold, and that would probably pretty much coincide with that point there. Yeah, that's not really a hard-coded point, so that's not a fix or anything. Hence, that is just for guidance, really. The shame is, so the thing is this, the airline, so my airline has these approaches as well. So circling with prescribed flight tracks, we have that as well. However, we have these waypoints then as hard waypoints. They are actually in the FMS. So when we select the approach, circle to land with prescribed tracks, it has an identifier. So we actually have those waypoints, and including altitudes. So we can actually use not only lateral guidance, we can also use the vertical guidance to help us fly the correct vertical path as well. Yeah. I mean, if, you know, again, if what you want to do, I'm not sure. I don't think you can program these waypoints in here. So data, no. So pilot waypoints would normally be available. So the FS Labs, for example, or I think the TOLUS has as well. Yeah, you can program your own waypoints, and so you can do that. You can actually go Macau outbound 164 2.7 dms, create this waypoint, store it, and then make this waypoint reference to this one. So you could go Macau 01, if you name that Macau 01, 024, 2.9 nautical miles, name that Macau 02, and then you would say from Macau 02, 344 degrees, 3.6 miles, and name that Macau 03. And that way you can actually call up these waypoints and actually use them on your flight plan page as well. And again, I've made a video on this on my website. Yeah, you can do these things. You can do that fly-by-wire as well. No, I don't see any. I don't see any pilot waypoints. It's just stored waypoints. No, so Ranji, yes, you can do that. Again, these modes or these functions in the MCDU, they are there to be used. And as long as you have a good accuracy, you know that your nav display is indicating correctly, yeah, you can program waypoints to help you with the lateral guidance. Of course, it's still a visual approach. So it's not instrument approach, it's a visual approach. So you need to look outside and judge your distance. Right, you've got a PAPI lights inside, you know, you've got some raw data indications regarding the VOR, DME, and etc, etc. So you have some options to help you with the vertical guidance as well. But yeah, any means you have to help you with the guidance you can use. But strictly speaking, it's just not a instrument approach. No, normally waypoints, if it says waypoints in here, let me see. So normally it will be up here. It would say pilot waypoints. Let me see. So if I put in actually, shall we do, if that works, so let me put let's put max 01. No, that's again, that's stored waypoints. That has nothing to do with programming waypoints. Oh, disregard. Lol. Okay. Let me do this. So let's go quickly while we're here. If you're interested, let's go and let's go to Macau. So I can show you what I mean, how to program that. Yeah, why don't they name it pilot waypoints then? I mean, that's how it's normally named. Let's go here. Yeah, Wilkers, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why they call it stored waypoints. Those are not the stored waypoints. No, Paul, that won't happen that easily. No. So we don't care about the scenery or anything like that.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Right, so let me quickly enter the approach. So we're going to put Victor Mike Mike Charlie, Victor Mike Mike Charlie in here. All right, so. Good. So for the approach, we're going to select 16. I'm not going to do any instrument approaches. I'm just going to enter the runway 16 in here, if I can. No, I can't. Load it. Right, let's just put this. No star, no wire. Right, so all I want to have is a runway, so I can show you guys what I mean. Okay, so you would be coming opposite, obviously. So, looking at the chart here. Hey, Bruno. How's work? So, we go to data, second page. And then we're going to call this max 01. Right, so max 01. And definition again is, let's say, we can use the runway. But since this is referenced to this VOR DME, so we'll use that. So the place is MCU. So Mike Charlie Uniform. So place. We don't enter that yet. So we go / then 164. So the opposite 344 inwards. Outbound 164. It's not going to be 100%, but that's good enough. And distance 2.7. And I'm going to put this into place, bearing, distance, store, right? Then we go again to stored waypoints. It's going to show us max 01. I'm going to say new waypoint. So we're going to take now max 01. So that point we just created. That's a point we just created. I'm going to take that one as a new reference, then go 024 by 2.9. So 024, 2.9. Again, place distance bearing. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Name the waypoint first. So Mach 02, ident. So Mach 01, 024, 2.9. 2.9. Put that into place bearing distance. We'll use that one there. Store. And then we're going to do one more. So new waypoint. I'm going to call it Mach 03. Captain Danny, no. 2080 Ti. And but I only use high settings. I don't use ultra settings. High, sometimes medium settings. And I just make sure that I get, let's say, between 50 to 60 FPS. Right, so the reference is Mach 02 now. So Mach 02. And remember, the Mach 02 is this point here. That's now Mach 02. Now I'm going to program Mach 03. So I'm going to use Mach 02 as a reference. 344 degrees. Distance 3.6. Put that in there. Store. So they don't show up yet on the nav display, so we have to call them up either on the fix info. So now we could go fix info Mach 01. Use the right one. Then we go Mach 02. I don't know why it's giving me that coordinate as well. Really weird. And then we're going to go Mach 03. And use that. So, and then on your nav display, look at that. You have those waypoints. So that now shows you exactly those turning points. Right? Mach 01, Mach 02, Mach 03. 1, 2, 3. You can, yeah, now you can go and if you wanted to, here you can't have a secondary flight plan, but if you wanted to, you could actually program this in. So let's see if I can clear this out. So, and I'm going to enter Mach 01. Alright. Then Mach 02. I'll just do it here. So we're going to do it there. Right. Mach 02. And then Mach 03. Now normally you would have that fix, initial approach fix or something, but you can see it's actually drawing then the nav lines, so you can actually fly this if you wanted to. You could fly this in nav mode. Well, I mean, I would not recommend using vertical guidance, so but laterally, yes. So laterally you can use it. Again, you would strictly make sure that you look outside your window and make sure that your visual picture, because that's what you need to do. You need to make sure that your visual picture is correct. But normally SOPs would allow you, in this case, to use nav mode or track mode, whichever you wish to you want to use, and you can actually fly this then up to this point. And that's where you put the gear down, flaps 3, flaps 4, and turn final. So base final. But yeah, you can use those little tricks. Yeah, that's absolutely. That's the point, really, Laranja. It's there to make your life easier. And I don't know why. I mean, a lot of people don't know about these features because they're not really interested in going so deeply into these systems. But if you are, one of those flight simmers that wants to learn more and wants to be able to use these systems more like professionals do, yeah, why not? It's exactly, that's why they programmed these things into the flight sims, right? Yeah, and yeah, by all means, the pilots, real world pilots, will use many different functions, right? Be it fix info, you know, around the airport or runway, or, you know, depict the MSA, so minimum sector altitude, for example. Again, all to visually help you get a clearer picture when you look at the nav display. It increases your awareness. It increases your situational awareness. So, you know, the reason why these systems are implemented is to increase safety. That's the thing. It increases safety because it helps you stay on path a lot better, reduce workload. Right? That's what it's there for. Yeah, MCK, you have to differentiate between children of magenta. So children of magenta is a term used, as you know, is used for pilots that overdo it with these automations. So a good pilot is able to use all systems available to the maximum use, in a sense he understands how the systems work. He knows how to use them in the most efficient manner, meaning he reduces workload, he increases his situational awareness, i.e. making the flight safer. What that video is talking about, Children of Magenta, and it's a fantastic video. I really recommend you watching it. What he says is that in certain situations, using the MCDU, trying to program stuff in, is not the best means. So a pilot has to be able to decide what at the current time and space and position in space is best. And it can mean you actually decrease your level of automation, right? So remember what the highest level of automation is? It's fully managed. So laterally, vertically, speed, all managed by the flight management system. That's the highest level of automation. So the aircraft follows, so the autopilot system follows the nav track, or the nav, which is programmed. It will follow the vertical profile, and it will follow the programmed speed profile. That's the highest level of automation. If you step down one level from that highest, you get to the selected modes. Selected meaning heading, altitude and vertical speed, or flight path angle, and selected speed. Right, so you tell the autopilot what speed to fly, you tell the autopilot what heading to fly, and you tell the autopilot which altitude to descend to, and you tell the autopilot how fast you want to climb or descend, right? That will be selected, i.e. kind of the middle form of automation. Then the next lower level is no automation, meaning manual flight, right? Manual thrust, autopilot off, and you just look outside and you fly visually, raw data, right? So these crude 3 levels that you have available. And so the big art for pilots is to know exactly when to use which level of automation. And the problem arises when pilots lose their skills flying raw data, so they don't have to trust in their ability to fly strictly pitch power, right? Look outside, look at the instruments, pitch power. But a pilot needs to be able to do so, right? So, yeah, that's really the art of being a good pilot, right? Be efficient and know exactly what the best mode is. So in that video, he was describing that they were on a instrument approach procedure. So they were on a star in a descent, fully managed. And tower, it was beautiful weather. They could see the airport, etc., etc. They could see all the traffic around them. And the tower or the approach gave him a different approach procedure. So they were giving him a different star, a different arrival route. And so he was like, okay, now this arrival, and then he was saying like, okay, descend 4,000, heading such and such, intercept the ILS, such and such. And his first officer went heads down and started programming at low altitude, let's say 5,000 feet, with lots of traffic around them. He started programming all that clearance into the FMS. While the easiest way is just to go clock, 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 flight directors off, bird on, and look outside. Right, you dial in 4,000 feet or 3,000 feet, or what the clearance is, you dial in the heading, you've got your ILS indication. You don't need any of that stuff down here. Yeah. Joe, yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Right. Yeah, but again, on the other side, it's perfectly fine to program these points in to help you plan the approach, to help you visually identify that that pattern. Right? Perfectly fine to do so. Right, enough said. I've rambled on for 20 minutes now. Lol. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks for supporting. And stay well. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday, guys. It's hopefully beautiful weather wherever you are. And I'll talk to you again on Monday if you like. Monday, 1800 UTC. Good night, everyone. Time for a cool drink. A firm. A firm. My dear moderators, as always, thank you so much for all the help. Thanks for being here. Good night, everyone. Take care.